Howdy friends, welcome back to Plumbing with Tim. Today we're at a local facility to check on a leaking urinal. Let's go. Now, I first came in here, there was water that was gathered around here. That doesn't mean that it's leaking in this area. So we kind of followed our hands upwards. We found a pool of water that's sitting here. The first thing we're going to do is take a flathead screwdriver. We're going to turn that off, this valve off, take this entire valve off here, and then we'll service this area. Okay, once we take this valve off, there's gonna be a lot of water in here. The water is shut off. We've got to loosen this nut right here up, as well as this nut here, so let's go. Nice and easy. The water is off. Okay, let's get that one loosened up. Oh, it's on there pretty good. Nice and easy. I'm not using my smooth jaw wrench today. Nice and smooth, steady hands. There's already a bunch of marks on this thing anyways. Look at all the green kind of corrosion that's happening. We're gonna have to clear all that stuff up. I'll show you how. There we go. All right, what you see right here is a vacuum breaker, okay? You see these on the Sloan models and stuff? You see that word Sloan on there? Yeah, so you can see this washer looks like it's really wore out quite a bit. We're gonna take this off. We're gonna clean all the attributes about this as well as the threading on the valve you just saw me take off. Now go ahead and look at that. It's all whopped out and everything. That rubber is bad on there, so we're going to go ahead and replace this. This is a vacuum breaker installed for a Sloan urinal valve. A little bit tricky here. Sorry, I can't really show you better video quality. We're cleaning the inside of the threads out on this bottom hollow nut that holds the bottom of the Sloan valve into place. Anytime you take these valves apart, it's always good to have a wire brush to clean all these little threads and put some plumber's grease on there. I'll show you that here in just a minute. Let's not forget about the threads here on the bottom of this Sloan valve. We're going to go ahead and take our wire brush. See some corrosion right there. Just kind of clean it off as good as you can all the way around. Every time you take one of these valves apart, like I said, not to repeat myself, it's good to do maintenance and get a wire brush, clean all the threads up so it puts together, you don't create a void and a leak. Right here you see a side-by-side of the old vacuum breaker and the new vacuum breaker. See, it's got some wear, it's kind of whopped itself out. I want to make sure those holes open up good. This one's starting to stick some. We've got our little retainer in the middle, as well as a friction gasket. Let's go ahead and slide this back into place where it goes. Before we go any further, my trusty can of faucet and valve grease that I've had for years and years. We're going to apply this in strategic areas around our seals, our gaskets, as well as our threading. A little rubber gasket right there, if you can see it. Let's get some grease around that so it slides in easier when we put this thing back together. Also put a little grease inside this hub, just so that washer that we just put grease on slides in here nicer. There we go, just like that. We're also going to apply some grease on the bottom threads of this valve. Nice and easy, we're gonna take this little friction gasket, set it right there. Let's go get the valve and set this thing back in place and check for leaks. See how we snuck that friction gasket in there? Yeah. First thing we're gonna do is gonna slide that nut back up in here and attach that to the bottom of the Sloan valve. Hand tight to start with. And next, we're going to start tightening this one down. To kind of jiggle that around a little bit so we can get it started. There you go. Get a wrench on there. There we go. Bottom nut. Time of truth. Let's turn this on and see if it leaks. All right, see, we got a leak there. I'll have to take this back apart. I believe there's a bad washer right here. Like I told you, when you take these things off, usually they like to leak unless you service a lot of different other things. We'll be back. I had to pull the valve back out. Now, you can get frustrated with these sometimes. You just have to have patience. I think that this washer is kind of whopped out. See that? We went to the shop, picked up some more, so we're gonna go ahead and replace this, get it all scuffed out, ready to go, and give it a try again. All right, here we go with the new washer. Just like that, a little bit of grease. We'll try it again. All right, got the valve back on, new washer, all that good stuff and everything. Off camera, you didn't see it, but the spud came out. We'll put a new one of those in as well. Let's turn this thing on and see what we have any leaks.